I am practicing 4 days in a row to prepare for the World Long Drive Championships.
Tune in to Golf Channel, October 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern to catch the heart-pumping action. Tickets to watch live are available now at worldlongdrive.com.
Why does this make sense? The biggest reason is this is a World Championship. We're starting with 8 groups of 16, which is 8 times 16, 128 competitors. And the first 2 days, because it's a tournament over 5 days actually, but the first 2 days is day 1 for those particular groups. Then it's day 2, day 3, and day 4. And every day, the whole field is cut in half. None of the scores is being taken over to the next day. So every day is a new day hitting against different people. And obviously the finals are on day 4. Day 4 is the most important day to win a world championship because just central nervous system wise and how fatigued the body is, it really doesn't make sense to peak on day 4 when you're not practicing for it. And that's why I practice for 4 days, and the 4th day is my most intense day to make sure that I'm ready for day 4, that I'm ready for the finals, and that I still have the stamina to swing 155, 160 miles an hour on day 4 towards the very end. I already did it last year, the exact same principle. I prepared the exact same way, and I'm just trying to do the same thing again this year because obviously it worked out pretty well. Now, how do I structure the training? That is one of the things that I thought about the most last year. How do I structure it? Because a very important word for long drivers in the preparation is ball count, which means how many balls you hit a day. So based on the number of balls that I hit per day, my body is taking a toll, and obviously, especially the CNS is taking a toll. So in theory, if I would not prepare this particular way, I would be more fatigued the next day, or at least on day 3, or then on day 4, I would be fatigued, and I want to avoid exactly that. So the way I structured it is, on day 1, I hit 60 balls. On day 2, I hit 60 balls. On day 3, I ramp it up a little bit. I hit 100 balls. And then on day 4, over the span of 6 weeks, I continuously ramp it up more and more and more. I started off with 250 balls, then went 300, 350 balls, 400, and 450 balls. Today's day 2, so in 2 days, I'm hitting 450 balls to prepare for the World Championship, and that's gonna be my very last day of preparation. Then I fly out to Atlanta, and I'm tapering for 5 days. So basically what tapering means is I'm being lazy and I'm doing nothing but hot tubbing it and living the dream for 5 days, which is probably gonna be the most relaxing 5 days I've ever had because it's part of the process. And the tapering really makes sense if you've worked a lot beforehand. Tapering really doesn't make sense when you were lazy the last couple weeks. But I've been working my butt off. I've been really trying to dial it in to the max. You might think, so how does this relate to golf? Does it really make sense to prep that way for golf? Because a golf tournament, like a professional golf tournament, goes over the span of 4 days as well, right? But the difference is every day in golf is equally important. When you're playing 2 over the first day in golf and you're playing 3 over the next day, and let's say the cut line is at +6 because it's a tough course and you barely make the cut, you're probably not playing for the win. You're just playing to, well, make more money, but you're not really in contention. Those particular days are equally important in golf. In long drive, they're not. You just have to make it through to make it to the last day, and then boom, there's like the big final that is the most stressful, and you gotta find the flow on that last day, and you gotta be prepared because the very end is gonna be super stressful. I've been there before, I know how it's like. It's gonna be very stressful, not only mentally, but also physically. That last day is the longest day as well, so I really try to ramp up my body to peak on day 4 and be the fastest out there. And just like in long drive, I'm trying to boost my body every morning with this. I started my professional long drive career in 2017. In the meanwhile, I'm getting close to 1 million long drive swings on my body, which you can imagine is very taxing, but I truly believe we can get up to 10 million swings. And the key topic to get there is longevity. And I'm super grateful I found a partner that supplements my lifestyle and supports my journey to keep up this insane pace. And that partner is AVEA Life. They are from Switzerland, and I've been testing their products for over 6 months now. My main differentiator is all their products, every single one, is science-backed, no blah blah. And today's featured product is the Booster. The Booster works in synergy with NMN and supports optimal NAD production in your body. That's why I use it as part of my morning routine in conjunction with NMN, and I would recommend you to do the same. Throughout the span of 6 weeks, what I did as well is every single week, I tried to ramp up the speed sooner. Like, does that make sense? So let's say on week 1, I really try to push speed on ball 40. Now, this week, I try to ramp up the speed on ball 10. So let's say right now it's day 2 for me. I already hit, and I hit 60 golf balls. And today on ball number 10, I already try to ramp it up. Reason being is when I'm out there warming up for the World Championship, ready to hit the tee box and hit the grid, I really don't want to hit that many golf balls before I hit my first shot in competition, because every single shot is wearing me out. So why do I add 60 to prep? Why does that make sense? Because in competition, I'm only hitting 30, right? Because in between the sets, I'm 1, trying to stay loose, and 2, I'm obviously trying to, hopefully not, but probably trying to correct something. So whatever it might be, hitting golf balls left, hitting golf balls too far right, hitting balls too high, too low, whatever it might be, just trying to figure out the grid maybe as well. That takes a lot of shots in between. So in total, with 10 warm-up shots, 30 in competition, and probably 20 like in between just to stay loose and do the quick fixes, I'm hitting that exact number of 60 golf balls every day, and then I want to shut it down. I'm usually not hitting any golf shots after the last set, because that's something for the next day. Obviously, this principle may not make sense for golf. Long drive and golf, especially World Championship prep long drive and golf, are 2 completely separate things. In golf, every day counts, every shot counts. In long drive, only the best shots count, and even if you don't play a set that well, every now and then it doesn't really matter. It's really just about making it through to the next day, because we're cutting every single day and half of the field is being eliminated. But still, I truly believe these principles, some of these principles, absolutely make sense for off-season golf practice to gain speed. There's gotta be a cadence to it. There's gotta be a consistency to it. And maybe not a 4th day of up to 450 balls, but ramping that up and building up that speed stamina absolutely makes sense for golf as well, but you gotta structure it a little differently. And for that, principles from long drive and makes them applicable to golf. Check out hitbombs.com, sign up today. There's a bunch of different classes, a bunch of different courses that can help you with your golf and speed journey. The winter time is the most important time, especially for golfers, to work on your speed and your mechanics to make your swing more efficient, to gain even more speed. And now is the time as well for you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. And also, thank you for liking the video. And did you know now is the time to check out hitbombs.com as well?